Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Esther, and if you're new here, you're highly welcome. Today, I'll be showing you the step-by-step process used in achieving this mannequin look from this to this. If it's something you're interested in, sit tight and keep on watching and enjoy.
I've had this mannequin for 3 years now, and I just don't know what to do with it. So here I am, I'm cleaning, disinfecting the whole body with methylated spirits, cleaning, wiping all over it to remove the residue of dust and dirt, remove the old makeup that has been placed on it before. And why I do this is to make everywhere clean for a clean slate, like to prepare the whole body, just like when a normal makeup is meant to be done on a human being. You just have to disinfect the body, cleaning it, making it fit. Yeah, it's properly clean. Now I'm going in with my foundation. The foundation I've used is Zikel 30 and 15, mixing both to give a new body cover to this mannequin that has so many patches on it. So I'm just going to mix with my brush and apply. And while I apply it on the mannequin, I'm just going to brush. I'm not making a dab, because while you are doing that on a human face, it's over all right, but I'm doing it on the mannequin, and I'm just going to swipe all over the body with the brush while I apply the foundation. And while I apply, you can see the difference from the previous skin it had to the new one that is coming on it. I'm just thoroughly giving the mannequin a whole body glam, like a whole skin, and that's just what I want. And before I forget, I got this inspiration from Taylor Made It. I saw the video she made and I was totally captivated. Like, I was so intrigued in it, and why not gather all the things like I use for myself and use it for this mannequin. Yeah, this is the video she did, and it came out so well using natural, just normal makeup people use on their faces. So I just, let me go for this, and I just kept on working according to her guidance. And trust me, I didn't have everything she used in achieving the results she got, but I'm just going to get creative with every makeup I could lay hand on. Now, while I was done applying to this area for now, because I'm still going to be holding the mannequin while working, I went on to apply the concealer. I'm using a pro concealer, and I also added a little portion of the Zikel 15 to give it a pop under the eye. Now, while I apply the concealer under the eye, the forehead, and the chin, I walk as fast as possible I could, but I let it dry a bit, not too wet, because if I had swiped it immediately I put it, you can see the layer I was taking, it would have been like there would have been a stroke, because the brush I was using was really bad. So I went ahead to also use the foundation. I didn't have a good concealer, so I just used the lighter foundation to create a demarcation around the contour line. And while I applied the foundation, I just went ahead to do the other side too, and you can see the demarcation it gives. I'm sorry, I didn't even know I was working off camera until it was late. So I also had to do this other side, the other sheen, and while I work, you could almost immediately see the line it was giving. Even while I blend it, I try and swipe as fast as possible so it won't dry on while I work. And I was also trying to work very, very fast. And while I was done applying that, I went on to put a touch of more, because I wanted more pop under the eye, so it just wasn't popping. I went on to apply more foundation, and while I applied the foundation, I let it stay for a while. Then I went on to blend, and you could see it was giving a little bit pop on that day, but I just had to make do with what I had. You see the difference it was having from the previous look. So I decided to go in with a contour, and while I applied the contour, I was just applying it around the corner of the head and down to the chin line. After I was done applying the contour, I went on to use another brush to blend, to make it just blend over. Like I said, I was using whatever I had, so I used this powder as my setting powder for under the eyelid. I applied it, and it was actually doing the work of a setting powder. So now, after I was done applying the powder, I went on to apply it all over the nose, the chin, everywhere that's needed a lighting. Where I've previously applied concealer, I went on to apply the powder over those areas. After I was done, I wasn't satisfied with what I was getting. I wanted to use this my 7 powder palettes and added more. I needed it to pop. It just wasn't popping. At the time, I felt so discouraged. Like, what was I doing? Because it was obviously looking, it was looking so not glam. But I just had a leap of faith and I just kept on working. What could go wrong? What else could go wrong? So I was done applying powder to the lighter area, the contour area. I went on to apply powder to the contour area so that I could blend it out with everything. Now I was done applying the powder. Time for the eyebrow. So this is a eyeliner I'm going to use to trace out the line, the previous placed brow. I'm just going to place dot as a guideline on how to draw my brow. Now done, after placing the dot as a guideline, I went on to connect all the dots to make the line of the brow. And while I walked this way, I also did the other eye the same way. But the mistake I made was going in with too much eyeliner. It was kind of too dark. And when I realized my mistake, I kind of, after dipping it in the eyeliner for once, the end of the brow quite sharp with the left off eyeliner on the brush. I'm going to use concealer under, a lighter shade of concealer under the brow to mark off every and any mistake I might make while creating the brow. And when I was done with under the brow, I went on to use a clear shade of foundation at the upper side of the brow to wipe off every and any mistake I must have made while drawing the brow. Now for the eyeshadow, I went on to use a dark base, like dark eyeshadow, to create a base for it while using this brush that's kind of fluffy. Now the next color of shade is the orange color, which I used to blend out the demarcation that the dark eyeshadow must have created. So I went in to blend out. It was not giving me what I wanted. I still went on more with the orange eyeshadow. At the point I had to bend the fluffy mouth of the brush to not create a mess over the brow. I just went on to use my highlighter. I was just looking for something that could just pop. Now applying it to the upper layer of the sheen to make it look snatch. After applying it, I went in to use my brush to just blend it out. Then I went in with my methylated spirit to wipe off the left up product on the eyes. You can see how white it is now compared to when I was working earlier. After then, I used the eyeliner to create a false lash underneath the eye, and while I did it, it was just looking different. Now remember, I told you I didn't have everything I needed for this makeover. I didn't have lashes, and after I was done, it came out really different. So I just decided to stick with just making the first lash. Now the product also covered the lip of the manicure, of which I wasn't pleased with, so I went in to reveal the real color of the lip, which was originally red. You can see the product coming off and how the lip is looking. So at first I didn't know what to do with the lip. I went on to use the eyeliner I used on the brow. I mixed it with a brown eyeliner, so I kind of create a lining around the lip. After I was done with that, I went on to apply liquid lipstick, and this was where I was applying it, but it was still revealing the previous color of the lip. I got frustrated at first. Then I went in to apply more of the nude lipstick. After I was done with the lip, I told myself I was not going to touch anything anymore. So I went on to apply more foundation to the body of the
manicure, the area I didn't apply at first originally when I started working. And while I covered it, the old manicure was just giving newness. It was just giving newness. See how popping it was looking. But then I just went ahead to do some touch up of applying the highlighter to several areas that could make the manicure pop from a distance, and that really came out great. After I was done applying all the makeup, now a question might be, will this makeup come off? No, only when water it come in contact with moisture, water. So I cannot keep every water related material away from this. And after I was done doing all the makeup, I still went ahead to see if it got to be. I saw a hack online where it got to be was used to seal the product, and that really was great. So what I did, I shook the got to be so much that when I was spraying it, it didn't leave a sparkle. It didn't leave a dot anywhere. Also, I realized that I didn't blend, so I went in to blend. And while I was blending, the lip was just giving dark nude. It was just giving bad girl dark nude vibe. And I was pleased I went back in with the brush. And with this, if you've gotten to the end of this video and you still have not subscribed, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. This will help the algorithm push my video forward to those who would love this. So this is the finished look, and with this I'll say my creativity have been put to test and it worked.